Welcome to That Generic Tech Podcast. I'm Timothy Matthews.
I'm Vinny Masiti.
And we are here to talk about some good old tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, tech news.
Tech
Stuff. Gaming. Piracy. IT stuff. Phone stuff. Anything that has a chip on it, and it's interesting. And if it's interesting, we will talk about it.
Yes, we will.
And one thing that I wanna stress is that I don't think we're ever going to talk about patents because I don't care about patents anymore. I'm fed up of it.
Well, we might talk about it
if it's a big deal and it interrupts.
It's a big deal, and if it's a big deal and actually changes something,
exactly,
then we'll talk about it.
When a patent dispute actually changes something that we actually care about,
yeah,
then we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
but this is like breathe a breath of fresh air. Let's talk about actual stuff that matters.
Yes,
right.
I agree with you, Timothy.
How are you, Vince?
I'm very tired. And you?
So I got my coffee. I'm getting there.
Yeah. See, I was, I'm going to be honest, I was napping before. I took a nap, like a little child, like a small little child. And, you know when you're just on the couch and, like, you're watching, I don't know, Seinfeld?
Yeah. And then you just, like, doze off.
Then, yeah, you're gone. Like,
when you enter, I call it the vegetation state.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah.
You just hit that.
Yeah, I hit it hard, man. And like, I knew I had to do something. I was like, I have to do something. Maybe I shouldn't sleep. And I'm like, screw it, I'm sleeping.
Exactly.
But luckily, I left my Skype on, and you woke me up.
Oh, I did wake you.
Yeah, that was the whole point. You see, I left on Skype, and then it scared me because I left my speakers on very loud, and my couch is right behind me.
Okay.
So yeah. Cool. That's my story.
That's an awesome story. Cool. So,
yeah, you okay? Okay, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm being constructive with some of my downtime, so I'm learning stuff.
Yeah, Tim behind the scenes showed me a very interesting app that he just created. He created an actual application.
I created an actual application, and it took a long time for me to get to that point because it's out of my spare time. So learning how to program while you're doing it in spare time means limited time, meaning it takes a long time for it to get done. But I'm getting somewhere with it, so I don't know.
Good for you.
See where
Tim.
that goes. Thank you.
Good for you.
Before we get into the stories, I just want to mention to everyone that tgtp1@hotmail.com is our email address. That's the place to email to say that we're stupid or that we're geniuses or that you agree with what we're saying, you disagree with what we're saying, whatever. Just let us know. Let us know that you're actually watching it. That's cool. I like that.
Well, I think people are watching it because we have 93 video views so far on YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're almost at 100. The quest now is to get to 100. So people that are watching or whatever, tell one person, and then we will definitely go over 100.
Yes.
So that's our goal. That's our goal for the week. That's our homework assignment.
But that is our thing. We want to break the 100 barrier.
And when we break it, if we do break it, I will take cake out and eat it while we're doing the show next week.
And I'm going to join you on that. That sounds great. And yeah. So we got but that's a total of all of our episodes that I uploaded on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's well, hopefully we'll get more, and we're just gonna keep putting out episodes out there. We'll flood YouTube with episodes, and one day people will start to comment
and soon
like us, share.
YouTube will consider us as spam.
Yes. Oh, you guys are spam. Shut down.
Just shut down.
your IP addresses.
Digital Millennium Copyright Act down. Whatever, they will find something to flag us.
That's it.
Cool. So, okay, I guess the top story, and this just broke today. And I was so happy that I saw this today because, what we would have to talk about is some reviews or whatever, and April Fools.
Yeah, April Fools stuff.
But what's awesome, the Google Goggles project that everyone was saying, oh, they're making goggles or whatever. It's real. This stuff's real. It's amazing. It's called Project Glass, and what it is, if you actually just probably search Google Project Glass, they're augmented reality glasses that they actually show pictures of it, and they actually have a video. If you find the video for the Google Glass project, it pretty much is a big heads-up display where if you look outside, it'll tell you the temperature and whatnot. It'll give you navigation to where you have to go through this heads-up display, and it looks kind of half Geordi from Star Trek.
It does. Oh God.
So the way this is going to work is that it'll connect via Bluetooth to your phone. And I'm assuming it has to be an Android phone, because there's no way that it's going to work with an iPhone / for sure.
I see how it is.
Exactly. And it'll integrate with all Google services. So that means it'll do voice commands with video chat, location check-ins, maps, and outside and in-store. They showed, there's part of a video where they showed a guy needed to know the music section of a bookstore, and he was guided to the music section, which is insane. And take photos, share with Google Plus, not Facebook, which is there's only 14 people that use Google Plus. But anyway, I'm sorry, I hate Google Plus is so useless.
I'm on Google Plus.
Me too, I'm on Google Plus, but I never go to it because it's so useless. Because it's just spam.
It's not that great.
Anyway,
it's not that great.
That's another conversation. But what they're thinking about that they're going to release to the public for around $250 to $600 by the end of 2012. But that's what they're aiming for. So this is interesting, but I think that this is just another opportunity for Google to just put ads in your eyes.
Yeah?
I think so. Come on. It's why else would they go out for this? For all this to they're going to sell ads.
I don't even know what to think about this thing right now, because it's just what the hell?
And you know what's going to be a real pain is people are already ticked off with the smartphones invading your privacy. Imagine this thing that will know what you're looking at and what you're seeing is going to be projected to Google. I don't know how this is going to fly for privacy at all. It's mind you, okay, look, the whole concept is really cool. It's super nerdy, it's super geeky. It's when I was a kid, I was dreaming of this stuff. But, how is this going to play for privacy advocates or people that are just actually already freaked out about services knowing where you are and what you do, to give them another outlet, your whole vision and what you're hearing to that information, so you can be targeted with more ads and targeted with other services, is kind of I don't know how it's going to fly with the general public.
I don't know either. This is you showed it to me, and me waking up from a nap, I'm all confused and out of it, and then you're the Google glasses are real. I'm okay, I think Tim's been smoking a bit too much today.
Yeah, you thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, and I'm okay, maybe it's an article from April 1st, But no, it's the article's from today. I don't know what to think about it. I don't even know what to tell you. It's so crazy that it's just. I think it's crazy. I mean, is this gonna fly? Are people gonna actually want this kind of thing? Do you want it?
No, of course I want it.
You want it? I don't want it.
What?
I don't want it.
Of course I want it. I'm interested in it. I want to see how it works.
First of all, I don't walk anywhere, all right? Okay?
But imagine you're driving. And there's like...
No, that's the worst.
There's even... Okay, that's true. That is the worst. But okay, imagine, okay? Like, okay, for someone who takes, the subway, okay? There was even a point in the video where, the guy's about to walk into the subway, and all of a sudden he gets a notification saying... Subway is down, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then it says redirect, and you redirect to somewhere else.
Yeah, so is that really going to happen?
No, of course not. It's so San Francisco.
It's going to happen in like one
only.
City.
It's only Silicon Valley. It's like having Square, like those readers. You know the readers I'm talking about for the credit card payments that you use iPads? And like you can check, and you can like have a tab if you just walk by the store, and you can just say what you want. It's so Silicon Valley. You don't see that anywhere else.
No.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Google, I don't know what the hell you're trying to do, but just like bring it down a couple notches.
It's kind of, I don't know, self-driving cars, but now we're going to have these heads-up display. Soon we're going to have robotic arms.
You don't have to use your brain anymore. It's done.
It's the Google brain.
You don't have to use your brain anymore. Just put on these glasses and live your life.
The best part is like these. I'm looking at the Verge's article, and there's a press photos, and they have like a bunch of models wearing these glasses, and like black and white dramatic like stills and everything, and it's like they're really trying to sell it, and they put like gorgeous women in it. It's trying to sell it, but it's like I don't know. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Like, if you gave this to us, like, 4 years, maybe. But I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm still shocked by, like, this actually exists. Because before, it was just like a huge gag, right? It was like, oh, yeah, Google's going to make goggles, and and it's going to do everything. And now, like, we actually see evidence that they're actually trying to do it. It's still... mind-blowing.
I don't want that ever, to be honest with you.
It's like we invented the warp drive. You know what I mean?
Now, okay, wait, listen. If we invent the lightsaber...
Okay, the lightsaber is something different. I'm sold. Warp drive.
I'm sold. The day someone invents a lightsaber is the day I lose a limb. That's all I know. I'll be swinging that thing everywhere and probably chop them off on my arm at the same time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It cuts through anything.
Shit, I forgot to put the lock on my lightsaber. Now it's sliced like a whole arm off.
I don't know. I'm not ready for that kind of thing.
It's really heavy.
It is
like heavy. This is heavy.
It's like why? I mean, do we really need that? Like, we're already connected enough. We don't need anything else. We don't need goggles that tells you where to turn. I mean, like...
But there's even a part in this video, okay, where it says, like, where he's at the bookstore, right, and he has his Google goggles, and he just finished buying the book, and he's like, where's my friend? And then they check on his status, and they say, oh, your friend is, like, 240 meters away from the store.
Yeah, I don't want people to know that.
That's crazy.
I don't want people to know that. It's like, yeah, I'm coming, but like I'm at like a McDonald's like miles down the road. You know what I mean? Like, no.
It's just I don't know. It's like I don't know.
I just like, yeah, Google Glasses. Where's Timothy Matthews? Timothy Matthews is currently having sex with his girlfriend. And it'd be like, damn, sorry. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Tim, I knew what you were doing half an hour ago.
I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting time, and you know what? Probably we're gonna have to look at Google I/O for 2012, which is June 27th to June 29th.
Yeah.
That is Google's developer conference.
Yeah.
Where they usually talk about the next thing, and also the people there get actual devices. Like last year, it was Chromebooks with a tablet. The year before that was a Nexus device or something like that.
Yeah.
And the year before that was another device, phone, or whatever. So I'm assuming this year they're going to get those. They must get those. If they're thinking about releasing it for 2012, I'm assuming that they're going to get like those headphones. Not headphones. Jeez, what do you call them? Eyeglasses? The eyeglasses.
Goggles.
Goggles, whatever. I guess they're going to get that to test API. I don't know. Is this thing going to have a development platform?
No, probably not. Oh yeah, probably. Or
imagine you get viruses in these things. You get malware in your
zaps
eyes.
your brain. Like, oh my god!
You get malware in your
zaps you
eyes
in the brain.
Where all of a sudden, like they put a hot girl in front of you, and you're like, oh my god, that girl's so hot, and then it camouflages like an old ugly girl.
You're driving, and then you crash.
And then exactly.
Or it just makes you it sends signals into your brain and makes you I don't know, crash into something.
It's interesting time.
Wow.
It's an interesting time. Well, yeah.
But anyway, back to Google I/O.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's boring as hell.
Google I/O?
Yeah.
Oh, Google I/O is usually I enjoy the keynote. The keynote, last year the keynote was talking about
so boring.
Android controlling the home, with home automation and stuff like that, and they were demoing stuff.
But it was boring.
They don't know how to present stuff. I'll give you that. They're no Apple when it comes to keynote presentations.
Okay, I hate Apple. You know that.
I know.
Right? I hate Apple.
But have you ever watched an Apple keynote?
But when I watched their keynotes, I was interested because Steve Jobs was a man who could take a crap in aluminum foil and be able to sell it to the Queen of England.
He was good at presenting. He's one of the master presenters, and even now, they have multiple people doing it, and it still works.
But it's nowhere. It's nowhere in my opinion, and this is coming from a non-Apple fan. Nowhere close to what Jobs was doing on stage. It's just the way he did it. It's just the way he did it. He got in. Because it was his company and he knew what to do, and it's just the way he did it. He made it interesting, even for someone like me who has no interest in the products whatsoever. I listened to him and I was like, and then. When I watched Tim Cook, I almost fell asleep in the chair.
Well, Tim Cook doesn't really present anything.
No,
he just introduces everything, and then you got Phil Schiller.
Those other guys
Forstall.
that you've never seen before come out, and I was just
Phil Schiller.
I don't follow them, Tim. Okay. I'll see him and be like, "Who's this guy?" And then I'll start.
Phil Schiller is the VP of marketing.
Okay.
Or business or office applications, and Scott Forstall's the vice president of iOS, and then they should make Johnny Ive present one day. Anyway, we're totally going into a rat hole. You know who Johnny Ive is, right?
Yeah. Okay, I know who that guy is.
Okay, so anyway, so
make him present. Maybe he could do a better job.
Okay, I know we're going into a super rat hole, but did you ever see the tribute that Apple put for Steve Jobs, the video?
No.
Okay, no, they had for when they had a corporate event that I was outside. It was just celebrating Steve Jobs, a few days after he died.
Okay.
And they actually had Noah Jones there, and they had Coldplay play.
Oh, cool.
And if you want to see someone that should be presenting all this stuff and should be the next CEO. It's actually Johnny Ive. Just the way he talks. He was super close to Steve Jobs, and it's just it was insane. Anyway, that's one thing. If you ever want to look for that, it's one of the Steve Jobs remembering Steve Apple. It's probably somewhere on YouTube or something. Anyway,
I miss Steve Jobs, but not really.
Well, it's like I miss Bill Gates, but not really. No, I actually do miss Bill Gates.
I miss Bill Gates. I miss Bill Gates too, because
Steve Ballmer sucks.
Oh yeah. But Bill Gates is like the lovable nerd. Like,
of course, he's there and he's like,
he's like the lovable nerd. He's like he's a lovable nerd, and now he's actually making a difference in the world. He is. I'm sorry, he's making a difference in the world. Yeah, but good man. He's a good man. I mean, that's a good guy who gives most of his wealth to
not most of his wealth there.
Yeah. Tim, go read some read some Bill Gates articles.
I will research.
You'll be very surprised. While you eat cake?
Next week.
You're going to research while you eat cake.
Next week. Remember? Nice. If we pass 100?
Yeah, I'm going to write this down.
Okay, write it down.
Tim will research Bill Gates while eating cake.
I will take pictures and I will send it to you.
Which episode is this, Tim?
This is episode 8.
Whoa.
2 months.
Damn.
We've been doing this 2 months.
You hear that, people? Soon we're going to be at episode 10.
Damn, double trouble.
So yeah, we got off track here. So back to Google, or do you want to?
We're done with Google.
We're done.
Google Glasses is crazy. Just go and watch the video and be in awe, and we'll talk about it, I guess, next week or at least in June. We're going to be talking about this thing. So that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
What else I wanted to talk about was, let's talk about Dell.
Yay!
Enterprise stuff.
Sorry.
So, okay, people that don't know who Wise is, Wise is is a company that makes thin clients. What are thin clients? They're PCs that are not PCs.
Yeah, they're like PCs that are like this big.
Around there, no, but there's some that are pretty big actually, and no, they're small PCs that don't have an actual hard drive. They're based off they're like a device. Let's say they have the same type of components of, let's say, of a home router. Let's say, like you're talking about like firmware and stuff like that. Like the OS is firmware. And what you use these things is to remote connect to either a terminal server or like a virtual desktop or something like that. So it's not meant to be a full-blown PC. You don't install applications on it. You just use remote access to it. So the advantage of these things is that if you're at a company of X amount of people and you don't want to manage all these PCs, but you have a really huge terminal server, you just deploy these. They last like 20 years, and they just remote desktop to the server, and that's it.
Yeah.
So Dell bought Wise. They bought this company, and they are continuing through. They're really investing more and more into the IT side, the enterprise side, because there's this. They also stopped making smartphones.
Yep.
And they also bought, not that long ago, SonicWall.
Yes, they did. I was just about to mention that.
So, are we going to see Dell not give a crap about the PC area? Like, they still have Alienware.
They have Alienware. They're outside of the phone business. I don't see them dumping their laptop business.
Yeah, I think they don't want to. I don't think they want to compete at the tower business. You know?
Okay, I don't. Okay, they'll probably gonna pull an IBM, but like keep their laptops and their workstations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whatever server solutions they have.
I don't think they're focusing on that now, because now I think they're making most of their money off the servers, and the servers are relatively cheap compared to everyone else, and they're relatively good.
Really?
Yeah. I've been implementing a lot of Dell servers, and they haven't died.
Wow. HP's really good at that too.
Yeah, HP's good too. I'm not saying HP's not good at that, but
just saying
price comparison. Dell is cheaper though.
Yes.
But HP, you have your strengths with support and whatnot, and Dell, not really. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting interesting. So, what would you think Dell's next move would be?
Well, they already dropped the phones, right? Like, that's going to happen 100%.
Yeah, like they're stopping all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
so you know what? I probably see them dropping their desktop because I don't see them. You know what? They're probably going to, like, drop everything except the Dell XPS line.
Like the ultra thin.
The ultra thin, business oriented, ultrabook, and
yeah.
and probably make some like high end workstation kind of company computers. So that's what I see them doing, and they should do that because Dell sucks as a consumer brand, in my opinion.
Yeah, like again, the only Dell experience I had was buying that stupid Dell Mini. And that thing took like forever for them to come because they didn't have the screen part, and they had to wait like 20 years for that screen part.
Yeah.
And I couldn't cancel my order because it went through, and they were making the PC even though they didn't have the screen for the laptop. Cool.
Yeah.
And whatever. And then less than a year later, I get a blue line across the stupid screen. So, I mean, that's my experience with Dell PCs and laptops.
Yeah, I've come across a couple of them in my career, I'm going to call it. And it's almost always a hardware issue.
That's exactly it. It's not like
almost
Windows.
Nothing to do with Windows.
No.
Barely any problems with Windows. It's always a hardware issue that ends up just failing or breaks or explodes. The battery charger dies or the battery dies. This, like you said, the screen, hard drives, RAM issues, motherboard issues, you name it, I fixed it on a Dell.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're I'm talking about home stuff now. I feel as if their enterprise stuff, like workstations and stuff, are more reliable.
Because I remember I actually had a bad batch of workstations from Dell.
Okay.
And they all had bad capacitor issues.
Wow.
Which blew up, and the motherboard became useless, and it took them forever to redo all that.
Yeah.
So,
but what was good for them is that, which was a good move, and they bought a really good company in Sonic Wall.
Yeah.
Because Sonic Wall makes great firewall and security security appliances. They make really, really good stuff. Easy to use, easy to set up, works well. So I think that was a good buy. And Tim, guess what?
What?
I lost again.
You rolled up the rim and you lost.
Can we stop the show because I want to.
So the losing streak continues.
I don't want to do
just like the Montreal Canadiens, aren't you?
Oh, they're playing right now. Actually,
they're playing right now. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Carey Price is hurt. Who cares?
Yeah, he got a concussion.
It's all good.
Or so they say.
Oh, he has a headache. Anyway, whatever. That's
they say.
Hockey talk in Canada. Even if you don't watch sports, you know about the Montreal Canadiens, or you know about your local hockey team, because it's everywhere. Like, for example, we fired our GM. It took over that news was bigger than the national budget.
Yeah, there you go.
Amazing. Where we killed our pennies.
Yeah.
Just saying, we killed pennies. Yeah.
Just saying, we killed pennies.
We killed pennies. Right. One thing I didn't put in the doc, Vince, but one thing I would like to talk about a bit with you is I put the link in our little chat here. BlackBerry, last episode we were talking about BlackBerry sort of redefining itself in enterprise.
Yeah.
Well, this week they released an application, actually a server called Mobile Fusion. So this is Bez for everything else.
This is best for everything else.
It supports devices that use iOS and Android operating systems, and as well as the BlackBerry Playbook. It's something very interesting. It has things like jailbreak detection and stuff like that. This is a good way for them to go.
This is a very good way for them to go. This is actually pretty amazing.
This is fantastic.
How do you install it?
Oh, you probably... to be honest with you, I haven't gotten into it because I would need to... It's... To manage BlackBerry smartphones with BlackBerry Mobile Fusion, BlackBerry Enterprise Server 5.0.3 or BlackBerry Enterprise Server Express 5.3 is required. Wow. So in order to do BlackBerry smartphones, you still need Bez.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a bad thing. But ensure your organization is taking
my interest level went from here to here.
But that's just for BlackBerries. No one cares about BlackBerries because you're going to be managing Android and iOS devices, which you don't need it for. You don't need BlackBerry Enterprise Server Express is free. Just to let you know.
Okay.
I implemented it a few times. It's free. It sucks, but it's free. It's a server that manages those devices, so you can do a remote wipe. But again, I don't know if people are gonna. I think if this came out like 3 years ago, it would have been good. But now with ActiveSync and everything's with ActiveSync, and you can do most stuff. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I think talking about ActiveSync, Microsoft, they're going to be coming out. I think it's going to be the new. Okay, now we're like completely going enterprise here.
It's all good.
This is like completely enterprise.
Because this could affect you one day.
Yes, it can.
When you go to your work and you be like, I want that new ActiveSync with this thing.
And I'm going to be like, no. It's like, now I can manage your smartphone. I think it's going to be the new SCCM, maybe. I might be completely wrong, but I know there's going to be...
Oh, the mobile device management?
Yeah, there's going to be, you can manage iPads and iPhones and Android devices to a certain extent. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up on that.
Cool. We will do a follow-up next week. On that.
Yeah, we'll follow up on. I think it's the new SCCM, or I'm pretty sure it's that, or it could be an ActiveSync thing. I'm not sure if I forget, but.
And Vince, what does SCCM stand for?
Service Center Configuration Manager.
There you go. So it's super enterprise. for everyone's listening, it means enterprise.
Yeah. Well, we won't bore you with this anymore.
It's okay.
Maybe one day we'll have a show dedicated to enterprise, which would be cool.
So, yeah, maybe. So Vince.
Yeah.
You got one of them NESs.
Yep.
Okay. How about if I told you that there's Google Maps for NES?
Oh my God.
It's an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, I know.
But
it was amazing.
I'm sorry. This was like the best, one of the best April Fool's joke from Google, because they had Google Racing, which was like whatever, no one cares, which is autonomous NASCAR, like whatever. Okay, and they also had Google Tap. Did you see that?
I didn't think I saw that one.
So instead of typing stuff, because they said the keyboard is too complicated, so you're resorted to two buttons, a line and a dot.
Okay.
So it's Morse code.
Yeah.
So that.
Oh yeah. Okay, I did see that. Yeah.
Do you know who the developer was for Google Tap?
Who?
In the video.
Who?
You know who that person is?
No.
LL Cool J.
Oh, was it?
Look at it again. It's LL Cool J.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that again. I must have missed it, or I must have been like half asleep or something.
Oh, it wasn't that impressive. But Google Maps for NES was super impressive. So it's funny because they don't even show an NES. They show a Famicom, which is like the Japanese version of the NES, which has a family computer in the front. And they made like and they made a cartridge for Google Maps, and it has like a telephone jack that you can plug into it.
Yeah, instant internet. That was great.
You know what? You know what's funny? You know who helped Google make this?
Ooh.
Square Enix.
That's why it looked kind of Final Fantasy-ish.
Super Final Fantasy. Even the splash screen.
Yeah, the splash screen was like
Fantasy.
It was screaming Final Fantasy, man.
Yeah, it was Square Enix helped.
Yeah.
That was funny. So and actually, if you just search for Google Maps 8-bit or Google Maps on NES, you can actually get a link to the actual Google Maps, and they will present it. They'll have a layer for you that is 8-bit.
Yeah.
And you will actually have Street View in 8-bit.
There's 8-bit Street View?
Oh, you didn't know?
No, because I just
There's 8-bit Street View. You can drag the little the soldier guy.
Yeah.
And you put it in like Street View, and you can see everything is Street View. Every part of Street View is 8-bit.
Oh no, how do I get it back here? Here, wait. It was
I don't know, probably if you just Google search Google Maps for NES.
8-bit. Geeked out. Google Maps 8-bit. All right. What the hell? Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to look into it another time. But anyway, that's cool. Yeah, no, I saw the first one there, and I had a good laugh. Like, everything's in 8-bit. It looked pretty... Oh, here it is. Google Maps 8-bit.
There you go.
No, that's not it. Anyway, no, that wasn't it. Oh well, but yeah, it was really well done.
Here, you know what? I'll give you a link just so you can see this, because they also added an Easter egg, where if you go to longitude and latitude 0, it shows you like a dragon.
That's great.
It's like this little like island off of the coast of Nigeria, or next to Kenya. Next to Kenya, it's like you have to zoom in like all the way. But in longitude and latitude 0, there's like a little island and it has a dragon.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna go zoom into Canada here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Montreal.
And if you drag you see where the zoom is, and you see there's a little dude. You can drag that dude and put it on top of like that, and you go into Street View and 8-bit.
All right, let's go to Mount Royal here.
And by the way, the maps look like something out of Final Fantasy, like the way everything is mapped out, like the mountains.
It doesn't show me. It shows me actual Street View. Maybe they got rid of it.
Oh, maybe. But like, just explain to all the listeners. It's like if you're not in front of a computer and you are hiding underneath a rock this whole time, it's like all the forest is like trees, like. It's like 8-bit trees. It's just funny.
That's awesome.
It's so funny. This one was like probably the best one. Anyway,
come here maybe. Yeah, no, that's cool.
And even if you go in the Eiffel Tower, let's say, that they actually make an 8-bit Eiffel Tower on the map.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, here we go. Yeah, everything's 8-bit now.
Everything you got, there you go. It's just funny. Everything is super 8-bit.
That's hilarious. I love it.
So, there's 2 other stories that we want to talk about.
Okay.
They're both bad.
Really?
Well, maybe good for you.
Really? Really?
There's, the flashback Trojan that is reportedly controlling 500,000 Macs.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that much.
500,000 Macs apparently are infected with this virus. So this virus...
It's not a virus. Watch out, Tim. Because the people on the interwebs are gonna get mad at you.
Oh, whatever. It's a virus. It's malware. Who cares? It's still bad.
Okay, because apparently
It's
there's
still
a
bad
difference.
crap on your computer.
You know what? I'd rather have a virus than malware. Number one.
Same thing.
It's
malicious software.
Yes, it's malicious software, and I agree with you, Tim. Don't I agree with you, but I'm playing the other side of the field now, okay? Because now they're saying, well, a virus gets into your computer and explodes it. And malware, the only thing that malware does is take your personal information and send it to a server where people can get at it.
You mean part of a botnet? Yeah, well, it's still bad.
It's still very bad. And then, but like the Apple people are like, well, malware is not a big deal. But I beg to differ. A lot of them are.
So
a lot.
The vulnerability is not
the hardcore.
The vulnerability is not actually in OSX.
No, it's Java.
It's based on Java. So it's Java that is not being patched by Apple until recently. Mm-hmm. So the thing about Apple is that for some reason they have their own version of Java that they control. It's not Oracle that puts patches like everywhere else. It's Oracle that releases patches. With Apple, they control how Java works, and it's not as efficient when it comes to patching software. So the fix is available, and in the show notes we will put a link to the Ars Technica article, which you can run a terminal command to see if you're infected. I ran this terminal command, and I'm not infected. So
yep, because you know how to use a computer.
I know how to use a computer. Best way to avoid this virus is to go in your. It's when you use Java. It's when you browse to a web page that will infect you, because that web page will execute Java. So turn off Java. Done. There's nothing that uses Java unless you really need something to use Java, which then you use another browser that you can use Java. But your main browser, disable Java.
So this is all I'm going to say is that these were back in the day. These were things that, and here now I'm going to be attacking you, right?
How are you attacking me?
This is where I'm going to be attacking the Apple. The Apple.
Them apples.
No, it's just that I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You're not safe from anything. That's all I'm going to say. And
don't be stupid. That's all I got to say. Don't be stupid. Don't try to download stuff from torrents on your main computer that you use all the time, that you store your personal information on. Don't browse stupid websites. Go to trusted websites, and you're good.
I understand, Tim, and I agree with you. However, the whole advantage, or one of the advantages of Mac OS X or whatever, I'll just say an Apple device, was that you didn't have to be careful. And you didn't have to look out for what websites you were going to. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of their main, remember back in the day?
PC.
The Apple
PC. Whatever.
Yeah. So now it looks like that you maybe not as, you don't have to be as, I don't know, cautious as if you're on a Windows PC, but I haven't seen a Windows 7 machine infected with a virus yet. I haven't seen it.
A Windows machine?
Windows 7.
Oh, Windows 7. Okay.
I've seen XP, trust me.
Yeah.
I've seen XP. But
those are fun, weren't they?
Yeah. I've seen XP. And it's always due to just the updates not being done.
Yeah.
That's 90% of the way these things get in. It's all to do with the updates.
So to summarize the story, if you run a computer, update your stuff. You will not get this problem. And don't visit stupid websites.
Yeah. So this actually, it infected 500,000.
500,000, which is 500,000.
Yeah. And
max.
there's an article on that?
Yeah, it's in Ars Technica. It's in our doc.
Okay.
That I put up there.
Yeah. So because I even a couple days ago there was another vulnerability, and then I saw another vulnerability, and I was like, wow, I'm like, there's like two.
Yeah, but they get squashed right away though, because Apple. What's interesting about the OS 10 is that they have a security function that will update itself with Apple.
Yeah, like the yeah.
I forget where it is, but it's somewhere. And
Yeah.
and yeah, pretty much it just checks that stuff all the time. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably, yeah. I mean, listen, that's I expect these things to happen.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. That's exactly it. And
there's nothing any of us are gonna be able to do about it.
No.
It's gonna happen.
Things break. That's life.
Yeah.
Your car breaks down. It's not because it's not good. It's because it's life.
Yep.
You know.
So what else, Tim?
Well, last episode we talked about Sega not doing well.
Yeah.
So now, get this story that the Sonic the Hedgehog co-creator joins Nintendo.
There you go.
His Hirokazu Yashuhara, the director of Sonic the Hedgehog, is now part of Nintendo. Yay!
Score 1 for the team.
Yes, score 1 for Team Nintendo, which now has, okay, his library includes the original Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy. So before it was garbage. He also worked at 2K Sports and Naughty Dog, and most recently
He worked at Naughty Dog?
Yes, and most recently Namco Bandai, where he worked as a game designer for Pac-Man Party for Wii.
Cool.
Which is like, yeah, who plays that? No, I'm sorry. If you actually play that, please send me an email. Tell me that you actually play Pac-Man in the year 2012, and I will reply saying you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Okay, but
we should get it like a stamp and
who
stamp.
plays Pac-Man in 2012?
I know, Tim.
Pac-Man was crazy when I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? People like Pac-Man. What's nothing you can do about it? Nothing you can do about it, man.
Pac-Man.
But I like to this is like show stop. By the way, didn't you say there was 2 bad things that you wanted to say?
Well, that's
was
it.
this that was a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
Oh, for Sega.
Well,
okay,
the whole Sega thing. Well, I mean, he hasn't worked for Sega, but I'm just saying it's still like, I guess it's kind of like reliving the 90s where it was like, ooh,
yeah,
we're done Nintendo does.
We're done with the 90s. We're done with the 90s. I'd like to share some Windows Phone news.
Oh, go right ahead.
Tim, can you believe that Windows Phone has now hit 80,000 apps?
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot at all.
That sucks.
Well, what are you going to do?
Okay.
That's life. But the good news is that at least
people are developing for it.
And people are developing for it, and they're adding 340 apps per day, which is pretty good. Cool. So let's say in a year, right? 5 times 340 apps. That's not bad.
How much are we talking about?
120,000.
Okay. The Apple App Store has like 500,000 apps for iPhone.
Yep.
Just iPhone, not even iPad.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And Android's got like 400,000.
something like that. But yeah, but Android doesn't really have apps. Those apps are not.
Tim is a Android hater, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is
I
he
have an
Apple,
Android. I try to love it, but it's just so buggy.
Not only is he an Apple fanboy, but he's an Android hater.
I'm trying not to be an Apple fanboy. I just like stuff that works. Seriously, I really, really tried to do Android, but it got so frustrating with things not working. You know?
Do you like Windows Phone better than Android?
I never even played with it, so I can't really say. Like, I played around with it in the store.
Play with one, Tim. Oh, and the Nokia Lumia 900 is getting mixed reviews.
Well, then give me your phone.
Fine.
Give me your phone when you upgrade.
Fine. Give me your iPhone, and I'll give you my Windows phone.
I can't give you my iPhone. It's my work's iPhone.
Okay, because I don't want that Android. But I don't know where I'm going with this, but I don't know if I'm going to get the Lumia 900 now.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed reviews about the Lumia 900, eh?
But it's still, I think it's still a great phone, though. Yeah,
it's just the shortcomings apparently are heard from Windows Phone.
Yeah. Those are the shortcomings, is the operating system, is Windows Phone. It's just because there's not as many... Okay.
It's true, there is not that many apps.
There's not that many apps.
Okay, there's enough apps that do 90% of what the iPhone does. It's just that extra 10% that screws everything up.
Yeah, and anyway, but I think it's still a great phone. I might still get it. I just don't know if I'm going to wait for like a Galaxy S3 and make the jump to Android. I just don't know yet.
You know, and again, I will say this every time, but my general recommendation when you get an Android device, get a Nexus phone.
But what if I don't want a Nexus phone?
It doesn't matter, because you will get so ticked off with how the upgrading process will go that you just would say, oh man, I wish I had a Nexus device. It would upgrade.
I guess you're right.
I'm telling you from experience.
I guess so.
I didn't wait for the Nexus S. I wanted to get the Nexus S. It didn't come out in Canada. And I'm like, HTC, whatever, I'll get that. And it's a different version of a different version of a different version from the American version, so rooting the stupid thing sucks.
Well, apparently, Tim, the S3 is going to have 1,280 by 720 resolution, pixel resolution.
1,020?
1,280.
By how much?
By 720.
So it's a little over 720p.
Is that? How much is the iPhone's thingy?
The iPhone's less. But it's a smaller screen.
Yeah, this one's like a 4 point. Oh, apparently it's going to be a 4.65 inch screen. I like bigger screens though. 4.65. Rumors though, this is rumors, ladies and gentlemen. Rumors from a Korean news site. Koreans.
Yes.
That's okay if you're Korean.
The iPhone 4S has 960 by 640 pixels, which has a 326 pixel per inch. It's a 3.5 inch display.
I'm sorry, that phone looks like sex right now.
Which phone?
The Galaxy S2. I think it just looks like sex.
S2?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna pretty much look like the S2, right?
I guess.
I mean,
can't make it look like an iPhone. They're getting sued for that.
No, because then they're already being sued for that.
Unless they have to change it drastically.
God,
they don't want to get sued anymore.
Oh God, don't get me started on that. And apparently, ice cream sandwiches is going to come out for the Galaxy Note soon.
Like at the end of the year.
First quarter.
We already passed the first quarter this year.
That's what they're saying.
It came out yesterday. What are you talking about?
No, it was pushed back.
There you go.
Apparently screenshots have been leaked, just like everything else on the internet.
Whatever. I was hoping for the HTC the One series, but apparently that sucks too, because the Sense really sucks.
Apparently that sucks too.
Well, it's a nice looking phone. It's just that they put crap on top of Android, which makes it look like crap.
Yeah. That turns me off.
It's so complicated.
That turns me off.
This is one of the advantages of Windows Phone. It's just like they don't make anyone mess with it. So it's like it's Windows Phone. Just that Windows Phone needs to get better. Once Windows Phone gets like just a tiny bit better. Windows Phone just needs to get over that small little hump. Once it gets over that hump, it's going to be like it's going to go. I have a feeling.
Well, hopefully. Well, you know what, Tim? Windows Phone 7 is going to disappear soon.
Because all their Windows stuff is going to 8, so they have to say Windows 8.
So they're going to say Windows Phone 8. Windows 7.5 is going to become Windows 8. Windows Phone 8. Sorry.
Isn't Windows 7.5 out?
Yeah. It's Mango. That's Mango.
That's Mango. Tango's what? Not 7.6?
Tango.
7.5.
Tango is apparently, okay, it's
7.5.1.
It's like a Windows Phone dumbed down for lesser hardware powerful phones, if you could understand my
gibberish. It's for stupid smartphones.
There you go. That's a good way of saying it. It's for stupid smartphones.
It's for stupid smartphones.
But I have to say,
like a BlackBerry.
I had my fiance's aunt looking for a new phone.
Oh boy.
And she's not really into the whole smartphone and apps.
But you have to get a smartphone nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense to get a regular flip phone.
Yeah, so she told me her choices, right?
What was her choices? iPhone was one of them. For sure.
iPhone, I don't think was one of her choices because of the carrier.
What's the carrier? Public Mobile?
No, actually it's Bell, but it's just because she didn't want to spend a lot of money on the phone.
It's $99.
Yeah, so she didn't want to spend $99. Okay. So, and she told me straight out that she has seen the iPhone before and she doesn't like it because it just didn't. She's not used to these smartphones. She's never used a smartphone before. Never.
So, are you recommending an Android?
I didn't. No. I told her, I'm like, stay away from Android. I said, your choices are going to be an iPhone, or I said, and she showed me her three choices, right? One was an Android, the other one, I'm not sure if it was an iPhone, but I know she didn't like the iPhone just by looking, because her friends have it, and she just didn't like it. She didn't like the interface and whatever. She's just not used to it, Tim. And then the Lumia 710 was another one of her choices. And I said, you know what? Go for the
get the 710. That's the cheaper one, no?
I said get the 710
How
because
much is the 710?
it was I think it came free.
Yeah, it's like that cheap, or it's like $50 or something.
Or it was something crazy. I said it's a good phone, and I said the Windows Phone it's a very easy operating system to use.
Yeah.
I said the tiles are bigger. There's less options for it. You can't. It's not as customizable as the iPhone or the what's it called, Android. So I'm like, maybe, and I suggested it to her. I said I think you should, and I showed her my phone how it works, and she liked it. And so I saw her last week, and she was completely happy with it. It was easy for her to use. She already knows how to do certain things, and she liked it. So that's good news. Is that like. You know, someone who is, but this is what we're also talking about. Someone coming from a flip phone kind of thing with like no operating system. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's a good choice. It's not a bad choice.
No, it's not a bad choice. But for someone who wants to get into the smartphone market, it's a good first stepping stone to get into it.
Just looking at the prices here for Nokia. Yeah, $30.
There you go, and it's a great phone, and you could do pretty much anything on an iPhone. You could do on a Windows phone, you know. But like you don't have the vast,
don't have the latest apps,
you don't have the vast selection of applications, but it gets the job done. You have your email, you have everything else that you need. You have your internet browser. You have some good quality apps, but not as many. So yeah,
it has GPS, it has Wi-Fi, it has Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm. And it's a full blown smartphone. Full blown. It's got a decent
Windows
camera.
7.5, at least up to date. It's a 5 megapixel camera with 4 times zoom, with video capturing and video calling. It has a front-facing camera. It does have front-facing. It has only 8 gigs of memory, but it's not expandable either.
No, but it's okay.
But I mean,
it's an entry-level phone, a smartphone.
Yeah.
With a decent OS. So
because she doesn't know what she's missing. Like, it would be hard for me to go to this.
Yeah, it'd be hard for you, of course.
It'd be really hard for anyone who has a smartphone right now to go to this. But for someone who's going from nothing to this, I mean, why not, huh?
Exactly.
Cool. All right.
So, yeah.
So I think we're done.
How long this time? Did we...
You know what? I lied last time. We were like under an hour.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think we're under an hour as well today, even though we rambled on like crazy. Because we only had like 5 articles to talk about. But we expanded a bunch of stuff.
We did. Well, what?
It's fine.
What? What's the problem, Internet? Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, Internet. I don't care.
Yeah, so, I mean, that covers this episode. We are done. And the quest for 100 is on.
The quest for what?
100. Dude, you don't pay attention, huh?
I'm still in like that mode, man. I was like,
you're still amazed by the Google goggles.
Oh God. Anyway, so we'll be back next week, right? Next week, Wednesday.
We'll be back next week.
If I don't speak to you, Tim, happy Easter.
Happy Easter / no eating meat on Friday day.
Yeah, and to all you Jewish people, happy Passover.
Passover,
because it's on the same week.
Have fun with your bread with no yeast.
Yes, have fun.
That's always good.
I'll be eating all kinds of stuff on Easter Sunday.
I'll be eating a lot of chocolate. To be honest with you, I'm going to wake up and I'll have chocolate.
That's awesome.
I'm going to have a Cadbury cream egg.
Nice.
Cadbury cream egg.
For the win, FTW. Oh, one last thing before we go.
Breaking news! Stop the show!
Breaking news. Will Ferrell, has announced Anchorman 2. That's all I wanted to say.
Don't get me started with that.
And that's all I got to say.
All I got to say is it's going to suck.
Best movie ever.
Anchorman was a very good movie. I love that movie. I don't know how they're going to make a second movie out of it.
If Will Ferrell's in it, anything's possible.
Anything's possible, but it's going to suck. I'm telling you. They're going to replay old jokes. It's all like, oh, look, it was funny like 8 years ago. Yeah.
You know what, Tim? You suck.
All right, so again, tgtp1@hotmail.com is our email address. Send hate mail to Vinny. Say, hey, Vinny, you suck. Thank you.
2 thumbs up. And please leave comments, like us, share us.
Share us.
Tickle us.
If you have Google goggles, look at us. And then share us in your circles.
Share us in your circles. And, just do it. That's all.
Just do it. Do it now. All right, so that's it. So thanks again for listening, and we'll be back next week.
Take it easy.
Rock on.
Ciao.